technologist and you want to hear about a great opportunity, I've got a really nice one that would be a nice lifestyle change for many of you. And I'm thankful for that, man. At this age, I'm a little bit above 50 cents, 57 cents. And I've seen friends of mine just pass away. And so knock on wood, tomorrow I'm still here, so I'm thankful, for people like, Americo, Keith and Jim that we get to hang out and just talk because us dudes we don't talk. In fact, this month is a lot of about men's health, men's mental health themes, PTSD among the armed forces. There's a lot of mental health around men's mental health that's a focus in June. Jim, do you have anything to say on that? Because I know you're sort of a big advocate for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, PTSD, the veteran suicide is a huge issue, continues to be. And, so the biggest thing is, reaching out, getting help. There's lots of organizations, not only throughout the state of Georgia, but, in general, besides the VA that are helping people I would even say, talk to, the Veterans of Foreign War probably has a service officer that can help people, as well as the Disabled American Veterans and the American Legion. Those are 3 organizations that can help people find.
Wow, that's great. I mean, we've got to learn to talk and connect, uplift each other. Especially as men. This month is a lot of a big theme around men's health, men's mental health, and so we got to highlight that. We can't be suffering in silent because we're used to or we're brought up to carry the load and not talk about it. We are the women in our family are very good about talking about it, and talking with their friends, sharing their burdens, and something that at least I'm a Gen Xer, so I don't know, maybe others have also do the same thing. We don't get out there and cry on each other's shoulders, and maybe we don't need to be crying on each other's shoulders, but we at least need to be share, just talking, man, because be surprised what we're probably more alike than not. And then we have similar triumphs, similar challenges. And so, yeah, it's nice. And I'll tell you real quick, in that is that we hold here in the city of Clayton in Northeast Georgia, we hold an entrepreneur meetup called 1 Million Cups. And it started sort of small, about a year and a half ago. And now we field about 35 to 40 people that show up every Wednesday. And we've had as high as what we're starting to see is that entrepreneurship is a very lonely place to be. And a lot of people, we have a recent person that said, man, I've been grinding out for 6 years. I moved here 6 years ago. I haven't really lifted up my head and talked to anybody. And the guy's young, and, him and his wife just basically, it's mainly about them. And now he's become, not only come to 1 Million Cup, he's become a recent organizer, and he's just really happy to meet people and just quit just being alone and just grinding out. So it's, that's not good for mental health. I'll just tell you that. So get out there. Now everybody's different, because Keith will probably disagree with me, because we all do come from different places where we stand. And since we're talking about mental health, and that wasn't the goal of today, but Keith, is there anything, because you come at it from a different angle, I don't know if you want to share, and if you don't, that's okay. Yeah. We'll move on.
Yeah. I'm comfortable now with the late. Now, I'm not embarrassed by it. but it's not necessarily ideal. So that is what I'm afflicted with. I do have agoraphobia, and it's a lot easier to avoid going out than to force myself to go out. So I heard this really great phrase recently that every time I go out in public, the public is always there. Right now, that's a joke. Obviously, an extrovert would think that's pretty stupid, but as someone who doesn't like crowds, Melbourne has actually got 5.5 million people. We're bigger than LA. We're bigger than Sydney. We're the biggest city in Australia. And I just happen to hate crowds. So that's not a good mix. But I live an hour from the city, but 10 minutes walk to the beach. My wife we're solid. No, we're solid. So we can walk along the beach and go and get a cup of coffee. We can say hello to the guy that serves us the coffee and get a sandwich and walk back. I can deal with that. But getting on a train and going into say, for instance, the Socceroos, they played on Friday. 4.8 million Australians watched that game. Most of them were at Federation Square, this big place in the city, right? Must have been 100,000 people crammed into the size of a football field. Now that's murder for murder. Like $100 million to go to that place. I wouldn't do it. It just freaks me out. But as a guy in his 50s-ish, I'm not embarrassed by that anymore. I was embarrassed about it because I thought, well, guys are supposed to be strong. But that's just what I'm afflicted with. That's my story this time around. You know, that's the dose I got. Right. So rather than forcing myself to go into the city and pretend that I love it, I don't love it. But I can do it. So